When we handle trucking cases, which are their own unique type of case among personal injury cases, and what I mean by that is a case involving a tractor-trailer truck or some other large commercial vehicle, as we've discussed before, is just a different animal than a regular car wreck or a premises liability case or medical malpractice or whatever example you want to give. These cases are unique and kind of a special type of case. So quite often when we are involved in a trucking case, clients will just ask us or we'll just tell them, what are the big mistakes that an injured person, a victim, can make when you're involved in an accident or an injury or a case involving a tractor trailer or some other commercial truck. And so I think there's three big things to look out for, and I'll call them for purposes of this video the 3 Ds. And that is don't delay, don't discuss, and do your diligence. And so let's talk through those three real quick. When you're involved in a crash or an injury or a wrongful death involving a tractor trailer company, don't delay in the sense of getting medical treatment. That is one of the big things that we see people do that causes problems in their cases. If you are injured, get checked out. Frankly, if you're involved in a wreck involving a tractor trailer, period, or some other big commercial vehicle, you need to go get checked out. I mean, those vehicles, they're just so much larger, they weigh so much more, there's just so much more force by orders of magnitude involved in a collision involving one of those type vehicles compared to anything else that's on the road out there, that you just need to get checked out, even if it's a low speed impact, just to make sure you're okay, because your body doesn't always recognize it immediately. But by all means, if you're feeling pain, if you're having problems of any type, any form of injury, you need to get that checked out, and you need to do so immediately. One of the biggest issues that we see in cases is people who have legitimate injuries, but they try to play tough and they try to be strong and they put off getting treatment, and it just causes all kinds of problems with their case, because you're basically handing the trucking company and their insurance adjusters a reason to deny your claim or try to reduce the value of it by saying, they didn't seek treatment for several days or several weeks after. So if you have any injuries, seek that medical attention right away. So that's the first don't delay. The second don't delay is do not delay in getting legal representation when you're involved in a tractor trailer wreck. The reason for that is that, as I mentioned earlier, these type cases are much more complex, much more nuanced and specialized than other types of personal injury cases. So you want to make sure that you're hiring an attorney early on in the case, because there's so many aspects to a tractor trailer or trucking case that need to be addressed early on. Preservation of evidence, access to documents, identifying witnesses, surveying the crash scene by a qualified expert or reconstructionist. You need to be doing all of those things, but you're only going to be able to do them right if you have qualified counsel helping you. You need to be doing these things, because I can assure you, in every single wreck involving a tractor trailer or other commercial vehicle, the trucking company and or their insurance carrier immediately have people doing that for them. And they have people doing that because they are looking for ways to reduce the value or deny your claim. So do not delay. Do not give them an advantage by waiting. You need someone on your side who can do that for you. So don't delay. Second of all, don't discuss. Do not voluntarily give statements to the insurance company for the trucking company or to representatives from the trucking company about the wreck or about your injuries. In these types of cases in particular, now that's good advice even in a car wreck or other injury situation, but in these types of cases in particular, other than speaking with law enforcement on the scene, you just do not need to be giving any kind of statement or answering questions or making yourself available to discuss the case with anyone other than law enforcement at the scene and your attorney. Again, these are specialized cases, and because they're specialized, these trucking companies, their insurance companies, they have it down to an art form of how to respond to these wrecks. And I assure you, they're not there looking out for your interest. They're there looking out for themselves. And so you need for your interest to be protected by only communicating through an attorney. And that's why, one, you don't delay in getting an attorney, but two, you just don't discuss this with anyone other than police at the scene and the attorney that you hire. So don't delay, don't discuss. That gets us to the third D, your due diligence. And what I mean by that is due diligence, making sure that you hire the appropriate attorney for this type of case. We have some other materials out there that help walk through that process, but just very quickly, what you're looking for in an attorney for a trucking case, because these are so special, so specific to themselves, is you need an attorney with experience and a proven track record of success in not just personal injury cases, not just car wrecks, but trucking cases. So you need an attorney with the experience and the success record. You also need an attorney that has a caseload that is small enough that they can give your trucking case the attention it deserves. And finally, you need an attorney with a reputation and with the experience and a history of working up these cases the right way and getting them ready for trial, because it's only by working up the cases the right way and an attorney who the trucking companies and their insurance companies and their defense attorneys know that you're willing to go to trial, and that when you go to trial, you're going to be ready for it. Only then are you going to get full value, fair value, top dollar on these types of cases. So I hope this helps answer an important question of, what are the biggest dangers or mistakes people make when they are injured in a trucking case. And that is, they delay, they discuss, and they don't do their due diligence on the attorney that they hire. The Brad Morris Law Firm is always available for free consultation. If you have a personal injury case involving an 18-wheeler or a trucking accident, we're here for you, and we're happy to answer your questions. I hope this video was helpful for you.